Hello, Gemini. Welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energy and predictions for the sign of Gemini for the next 3 months. So this will be the quarter 2 reading where we'll look at April, May, and June of 2025. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and get into this reading here, see what's coming forward for you. Now, recently, YouTube has encouraged me to turn on the memberships option on the channel. So you can now become a member of the channel. Currently, becoming a member is a simple $2.99 donation. I believe the only perk is that you get a badge next to your comment. So you are under absolutely no obligation to join, and I want to also say that nothing is changing with the content. Everything will continue to be 100% free, but that is now an option. So there should be a join button. But all right, let's go ahead and get right into this reading for you. Make sure we're all set up here and in view. All right, I think that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. Energy on the bottom, you do have the Chariot card. So the Chariot can, oops, sorry for moving the camera there. The Chariot can represent some level of success that you're maybe driving towards here in your situation. It's a very positive card, and it's maybe triumph or like winning a battle, so to speak. When you get the Chariot, it's sort of like bringing in a fresh new perspective or a fresh energy is what I'm feeling from this card. It's also the idea that it's like as above, so below. Actually, the sun on the canopy here represents the universe, and the sphinxes represent Earth. So the idea is that the actions that we take really do matter. You know, the actions we take are reflected out to the universe, and the universe reflects that back to us. So I would say here over the next 3 months, if you can remember back to this reading, try to be very mindful and very aware of the importance of the actions that you're taking, because it can be like a make or break thing. You know, one action can drive you towards success, like this person in the Chariot is moving towards, and vice versa. So the actions here are in full view for you here, Gemini. And I would say, like, what are you trying to accomplish here in the next 3 months? Because you really could see that thing come in. You know, you really could with the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So let's go ahead and continue forward with this reading and see what's showing up for you here. Now, you have some very positive messages here, Gemini. Overall, you have a very good reading. The readings for the next 3 months have been positive. And I will say, like, it feels like April, May, and June should be a really nice period of time with the astrology, because we're behind the first 2 eclipses, and then also April 7th, the Mercury retrograde is behind us. So it feels like it's going to be like the coast is going to be clear here, particularly for the next 3 months. But let's go ahead and dive in. So you have the King of Cups here in the middle, and the King of Cups can be somebody who's really capable of hearing your emotional needs. This is somebody, if is typically a leader. Kings are typically leaders in the tarot. You can take on the aspect of any court card, so it doesn't matter what gender you are, king, queen, knight, page, sorry, king, queen, knight, page. You can take on those aspects for yourself. And it would say that you lead from the heart space when you get the King of Cups. Not necessarily the logical end, but you instead lead from a place of emotion and intuition as well. King of Cups may also ask you to stand strong in any sort of emotional challenge that may be coming forward. This person's sitting in the middle of an ocean, and despite the waves crashing by them, they are calm, cool, and collected, so to speak. And this idea of like being able to weather any sort of like emotional storm. All right, let's move forward here. So this first column is going to be April. So we're going to be looking at April, May, June for the columns. So in April, you have the Hanged Man, the Star, and the World. Absolutely incredible combination of cards here. April could be pretty big for you, as each one of these cards is a Major Arcana card. So Major Arcanas can be seen as sort of bigger themes in our lives. Every card is important, of course, in the tarot, but this can be like a bigger theme in our life. And the Hanged Man may ask you to embrace a change, okay? The thing is, for the Hanged Man, they are not embracing the change yet. The Death card is the card that comes after the Hanged Man, and that is the full embrace of a change, really. This person is not there yet. What they need is the transformation. They need the Death card, but right now, they are kind of just in limbo. They are learning, by the way. They are learning when the Hanged Man. They are learning about themselves. They're learning about their intuition. They're maybe gaining enlightenment. They're becoming spiritual. It's not a challenging card. It's just sort of like it can be like a wait and see type of energy, but for the Hanged Man to really progress, they need to see what the change is that is coming for them. And then if you flip the Hanged Man around, really this person is viewing the world or viewing their situation in an alternative way. So you may want to look at something from a different angle when you see the Hanged Man in a tarot reading. So for you, with the Chariot and the Hanged Man, I'm getting this idea of like coming up with a creative solution to a problem or finding victory and success in a creative or unique way. During this period of time. Could be very beneficial and positive for you. You then have the Star, which if you've been dealing with like health issues or ailments or anything like this, the Star can represent healing from that situation. It's a good card for health, actually, in the tarot. But it's also the reason being is the angel on the Star is sitting in like a pool of healing water. But the Star, it also is on a much deeper level, potentially connecting with a dream or a wish that you have. It's one of the fulfillment of wishes cards. There are actually at least two in the tarot, the Nine of Cups and the Star. And I will also say that perhaps some of you want to do something with social media as well at this time. Like if you've been waiting to maybe start a YouTube channel or a TikTok account or whatever it is, this could be a good period of time for you to do that as I connect the Star to social media. You then have the World, which is a major completion in the tarot. It's also a major card of success and certainty in your situation. When you get to the World, you can be certain that something's coming to a close because it's the final major arcana card. Very positive card. Could also represent international travel, but you could be completing something big here in April. The key for you is to actually embrace the completion and to not resist whatever situation may be coming to an end for you, or I should say not necessarily coming to an end, what situation may be completing or closing out for you. Because the Hanged Man in the World is here, the Hanged Man is kind of resisting. So that is one thing for April, but it's very, very positive for you. In the month of May, you have the Page of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups may see you returning to a past issue, or there may be a past issue coming in for review. The Six of Cups represents your past in life and also your past life. Okay, so your past in this lifetime, that is maybe something that happened in childhood or maybe something that happened a few years ago or last year, it's the past. But it's also your past life, the life you lived before you came in to this lifetime. And it can also represent the homeland. Okay, so the place that you were born, the place that you've resided for a long time, the place that you grew up. It can even represent past lovers as well, coming back in. But for you, there's something about the past here that may surprise you during the month of May because it's in this lower row. The lower row is really what you can't see or maybe what is hidden or what is in your subconscious, right? So there may be a past situation here that is, showing back up here in May. And I'm sure some of you may even be thinking about it as I said that. There may have been something that triggered your mind when I said that. That might be the thing for you. This could be connected to somebody younger than you. The Page of Swords might be somebody younger than you, a younger air sign, so maybe Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. But this could also be obviously a water sign, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, as well as you also have the King of Cups here in the middle with the Six of Cups. The Page of Swords may say that there could be a delay as well around something that you've been wanting to see come in, but I really think that this is probably connected to a person. Maybe there's somebody that you haven't seen or talked to for a while. They could show up here in May. I think that's probably more likely. In the month of June, you have the Six of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Empress card. So the Empress card is the mother in the tarot, okay? And this is also a card of abundance. So this may be talking about your motherhood, if you are one, or your own mother. And maybe there is a situation that's coming back in here in June for you to work through. There could be even a conflict with Five of Wands and the Empress card that's showing up here. This could be with anyone, but yeah, that could definitely be the case. Now, the other thing is the Empress is a nice card of abundance as well. Huge card of abundance, actually. And the idea with the Empress is this is the ability to nurture something into your life. So if you have had a passion project or something, some sort of business idea or anything, maybe an exercise routine, a new eating routine, something that you've been wanting to nurture into your life, this could really show up here for you in June to work through or to have, for you to set those plans in motion, something you want to nurture into existence or into life. Also, the sign of Venus, you actually see the Venus symbol here on the Empress card. Like I said, the Five of Wands could be a conflict or could connect to competition as well. I'd always like to say, though, the Five of Wands, it does make you stronger, right? It says that you are battle-tested, you're battle-hardened, and you're ready to, deal with whatever conflict here is on your plate in June or here in the next 3 months. Finally, with the Six of Wands, it's a nice card of success in the tarot, Six of Wands can really see you triumphing over a challenge or difficulty. What I will also say is, while you have both of these cards together, this is very positive because the idea here, these cards come one after the other. There's a challenge here with the Five of Wands. This person has won the battle, okay? This person is now being paraded through the crowd after having won this challenge or this competition or this situation, right? So it is a card of success. Whatever challenge is showing up here potentially for you in June, you seem to be in a strong position. You seem to be the person who will come out on top if this is your situation. So this is nothing to fear. It seems like you're in the right here as well. By the way, you have two social media cards that I like to say. The Star and the Six of Wands are both cards that I connect to social media, as both of these cards see the person in front of others, okay? So why don't we go ahead and start to clarify this situation even more. We'll start off by pulling some oracle cards for you here, Gemini, and see what is in the oracles for you. Okay, we'll take that one, and let's take a look at the energy on the bottom. All right, you have one of the high frequency cards in this deck. So you have Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Universe is trying to speak to you here when you get this card. Okay, this can come in so many forms: repeating numbers, song lyrics, dreams, conversations that you overhear that have like a little interesting twist to them, right? The universe is trying to speak to you in some way. Have you ever had an experience where someone just, let's say you're in line waiting and then somebody starts speaking to you and there's like a message, right? This is the idea of this Lady Venus card. The universe is trying to tell you something when you get this energy, okay? See what this might be around. You have Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy, move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire, as well as Diana, focus intention, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. So we have this idea of focus on what you desire, think about what you desire. What desires do you have here, Gemini? You can actually quite literally in this month manifest them if in the next 3 months, manifest them if that's what you are looking for. You have major manifestation energy with these two cards together. That's very interesting. I don't get this combination very often. I've been using this oracle deck for years and years and years. This doesn't come in very often. So what are you looking to manifest here? For you, it seems like you have this wish or this dream or this goal here with the Star. You may want to really complete this and see it come in with the World. Lastly here, you have the Shekinah, Sacred Self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life, as well as Katumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek, trust what you know. Okay. So return to self here as well in the oracles. All right, why don't we go ahead and start to clarify this message even more and see what is coming forward for you in the tarot clarifications. Now, once again, Gemini, I do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. I do read all of the comments, so do feel free to drop a comment to let me know how this reading is resonating. All right, and let's see what we have going on for you. All right, you have the 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the World, clarifying the world. That's a very strong confirmation there. The universe is doubling down, putting more chips on the table, and telling you that something is completing here in April. Absolutely, especially with the 10 of Swords, which can represent an ending or a completion in one's life. So the universe is not joking around here with the 10 of Swords and the Hanged Man. It's time to let go of something in April, right? April is not the time to be in limbo anymore, okay? Your situation is improving here, but it's very important for you to make sure you are not in resistance mode with the 10 of Swords and the Hanged Man. This is very, very important for Geminis in this month of April. Because with the 6 of Swords, you're being asked to make a transition or a rite of passage towards this wish that you have in your mind. The star, again, represents wish fulfillment in the tarot. And the 6 of Swords represents journeys, rites of passages, transitions to a new place. And this is where the cards are asking you to kind of point your arrow towards, right? Point your bow towards. And with the World twice, the universe is saying, the cards are saying that you absolutely can complete this. This absolutely can come in. But the big thing is, let go of resistance, okay? So if you've been wanting to integrate a new habit, a new routine, integrate something into your life with the 10 of Swords and the Hanged Man, basically, this is a message of like, what are you waiting for? You can have this now if you want to, if you so choose. Yeah, because with the World twice, that's a big confirmation that there's certainty in April. There's certainty around this transition that you want to make, around this change that you want to make, or this rite of passage that you want to undergo. I also see that you've gained a lot of experience through your journey so far, as the swords in the boat that this person is taking with them represent experience, wisdom, knowledge, skills. So you are at this point extremely wise, and I think that you can see this wish, this dream come in your mind. I think you can see it in your mind, and you want to continue to have this vision, to have this goal, to hold this vision. Okay, this might be around business, as you have the King of Wands, the 9 of Cups, wow, and the 8 of Swords. 9 of Cups here is with the King of Cups. Okay, 9 of Cups and the Star, both wish fulfillments in the tarot. So this is one of these readings where it's confirmation after confirmation, cards doubling down here on the message. Repeating messages here. What can you do in May and also over the next 3 months to live in the now, to live in the moment? You know, I always say, like, living in the past, this is the way. Again, I'm not a mental health professional, so just take this as just friendly advice from a YouTuber. But when you're living in the past, it's depression. When you're living in the future, it's anxiety. And when you're living in the now, it's the best situation that you can be in. Because living in the now is more like positivity, right? And I think it's best if you can, over the next 3 months, to try to live in the now to the best of your ability. With this 9 of Cups person is just completely present in their situation. They are fulfilled. They are fulfilled. And even if you haven't seen the goal come in, what can you do to let go of the racing thoughts towards the future or the nagging thoughts of the past, right? This is the big message here, I think, for you. Because if you can return to now, you can really see this wish, this dream, this goal come in. I often find that when I identify that personally, when I identify that I'm too far in the future, and then I can return to the now, good things happen. When I can return to the now, good things happen. And this is something, it's like a really big manifestation hack. Like if you've ever seen The Secret, if you've read the book or you watched the documentary, one of the core messages is being present, being here, being now. You have the King of Wands, which is a great card for the entrepreneurs out there, or even the people who are working in a 9 to 5, because it says that you're basically above the rest. Like you're the most skilled person in the room when you get the King of Wands. But it is, if you're looking to lay out business plans and start something, very positive for that as well. And the Eight of Swords is sort of like mental resistance. So again, this is the big message here for you is to let go of resistance. You then have the Two of Swords, the Devil, and the Chariot again. So you have the Chariot twice. Again, the Chariot is all about driving towards a successful outcome for yourself and realizing that you can triumph over any difficulty or battle that's in front of you, especially in the month of June here in the final column. We talked about desires. Remember, this card is focus on what you desire as well as think about what you desire, okay? The positive message of the Devil is that you have desires. It's okay to have a desire in life. I think the message, though, is like to not let the desire spin out of control where that's the only thing that you're focused on, right? Trying to find balance is important with the Devil. And I would say that if there's a person who's trying to keep you under their thumb with the Five of Wands and the Devil, to set a boundary with this person if you can. Because, yeah, the Devil is somebody who tries to exert their power or their force over you. And I think that you're not going to take this in this next 3 months. I think that you could really set some healthy boundaries here that could open something up for you. This could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or a water sign, particularly a Cancer. Okay, energy on the bottom. Once again, you have the King of Cups, which you had in the middle. So listening to your emotional needs as well. Why don't we go ahead and see what's in the Kipper energies here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Kipper cards for you. All right, you have Mature Man, Sudden Wealth, Message, Main Male, Official Person, and Thoughts. Maybe a job raise or a job opportunity here showing up. Official Person, Sudden Wealth, King of Wands. There could be like a really nice shift in your work that could suddenly push you into a new timeline or new position. Yeah, there could be a nice work timeline here. Official Person is somebody who like gives you the opportunity, right? This is somebody who is in literally an official position to sign off on the papers or to offer you whatever it is that you're looking for. Mature Man and Main Male. It's sort of like maybe there is a boundary that you're setting with somebody in this next 3 months as I look at that Devil card. And this is probably very important to sort of expand into this victory or expand into this completion with the World twice and the Chariot twice. So if there's just some non-negotiables for you that you are not okay with, I feel like some of you are going to be saying no or setting the boundary or what have you, and this could open up this sudden wealth energy, okay? On the bottom is Great Fortune, incredible. Sudden wealth and Great Fortune is a very good combination for your financial situation, especially with the Empress, provided that you are letting go of resistance, that you are living in the now, and that you are doing the work that you need to be doing. This is an incredible reading. Thank you so much for being here, Gemini. If you enjoyed this reading, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.